What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 22 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. In today's video, we're going to talk about making stubs. I think there is a potential way to make a bunch of stubs investing in a certain program, and we're going to go over that in this video. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, do me a favor, help me out. Make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. And also, if you're brand new here because you were searching around YouTube for Diamond Dynasty information or how to make stubs or how to get free packs, you found the right channel. Click that subscribe button as well. Turn that notification bell on so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So number one, and this isn't really where the video is going or what we're going to talk about in this video, but we are going to get the first roster update of the year on Friday. And typically what that means, if you guys are new to the game mode or don't understand, is that live series players, so like the Nolan Arenado card that I have that's an 88 overall on your screen right now, players can get either an increase in their overall or a decrease dependent on their real life, their IRL performance in the MLB season. And if you're on your home menu, if you look in the bottom right there, Inside Edge and Roster Update, typically the updates that are going to affect the OVR based off of performance happen every other week. They do updates occasionally on the opposite of the other week. So basically every week we can get an update, but sometimes they're just positional based or to add new players into the game, and they won't really affect OVR a ton. But you just go to roster update, and this is going to show you basically all the changes that take place. And if you invest carefully and, with some knowledge on it, you're going to be able to make some stubs, because players, if they go up in overall, tend to cost more on the marketplace, and there's different ways you can quick sell and take advantage of that as well. I normally will be doing on Wednesdays. I might even do Tuesday or Monday. Now that I'm full-time YouTube, I'll have time to do it earlier in the week versus last year. We are going to put out videos going over players I think you should invest in, but I'm not going to do one for the first roster update because there just hasn't been enough baseball played, in my opinion. Yeah, there's going to be a few players that will definitely get upgrades. Hopefully Arenado is one of them. He deserves it. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to see a ton of market impact. We are going to start focusing on those live series roster predictions next week, though. So we're going to ignore the first update of the year. I'll definitely have a video covering it so you guys know who got updated and whatnot. But I'm just not going to make any predictions or investment, thoughts, because I don't want to you just don't know. It's just not enough data, in my opinion. But what we can invest in are Nike City Connect program players. And what I mean here is yesterday we got the second one. We got the first one, I think, a week ago. The Nike City Connect player program is pretty cool. I like it, in my opinion, because you can earn a free player. So we've had the Washington Nationals, and we just got the Houston Astros yesterday. And basically with these programs, all right, you need to get to 50 stars. If you get to 30 stars, you get a free card. With the Astros, you get a free Michael Brantley. If we go to the Nationals, you get a free Anthony Rendon. In order to get these 30 stars and ultimately 50 stars, because you can earn additional XP if you max out the 50 stars and collect the uniform, there are various tasks that you need to complete. And one of them is a PXP mission for that specific team. And my apologies, I didn't realize my face cam was kind of blocking it, but we can see here with the Nationals, the Anthony Rendon player program, and I'll show you with the Astros as well, these PXP missions basically, and it's a big chunk of the 50 stars that you need to max it out, you have to earn PXP with Nationals players. So 250, 500, 1,000, and 1.5K. PXP with national players. So what people tend to do, and you may have noticed it when you saw my lineup at the beginning of the video, is they will load up their roster with a bunch of players from that specific team. And in this case, for the latest one, the Houston Astros, I have a bunch of Astros on the team, right? So if we go to Astros missions here, 250, 500, 1,000, and 1.5K, you get a bunch of PXP with players from that specific team, and it knocks out the missions very easily. What is happening is it's causing players from those teams, both the Nationals and the Astros, to go up in price. And we already know who else is getting Nike City Connect uniforms, so we're going to, educated guess here, but I feel pretty confident in predicting that these following teams are going to be part of the Nike City Connect player program in Diamond Dynasty. So here are the release dates. And we got a shout out to Roboto for this website. He found it on MLB.com. I just grabbed a screenshot of the important information you guys need to see here. But we've seen on April 9th, the Nationals. And then on the 20th, which is actually today, the program in Diamond Dynasty debuted yesterday. We got the Astros. So the next one is going to be the Royals. And it's April 30th, 10 days away from now. So, I mean, they've been coming out on Tuesdays, if I'm not wrong here. So we can kind of assume that even this coming Tuesday, the 26th, that's before the 30th, which is going to be a Saturday, we could potentially see a Kansas City Royals Nike City Connect player program where we're going to get a free Royals player. And in order to get that free Royals player, one of the missions are going to be PXP for Royals players, which means Royals players on the market could go up in price exactly like they did with the Astros and Nationals. Now, one other thing to keep in mind here is if we really want to look forward, notice that the month of May is skipped here, and then we got the Rockies, Angels, Brewers, and Padres all starting in June and then into early July. But what I'm trying to tell you here is if you want to go ahead and invest in Royals players, Rockies, Angels, Brewers, and Padres, potentially their cards, their live series cards, are going to go up in price when a new player program featuring said teams comes out. So let's just take a look at some marketplace data on the Astros players, and where I'm really noticing opportunities for investments and making stubs are going to be silver players and below. You can definitely invest in gold and diamond cards, but there's a little bit more risk. As good as reward there is, I just wouldn't recommend it, especially for no money spent players. I just have the marketplace sorted by Astros players, and if you take a look at any player, we hit triangle, it's going to be Y on Xbox, and go over a couple spots to marketplace, you're going to notice that there's a spike around the 17th, 18th, and then of course when the program came out in the 19th and 20th for most of these players. So here's one right here. You definitely want to focus on like a couple guys out of the bullpen, maybe a starting pitcher, because people are going to need at least one of those to parallel up for said team. If we go to Hector Neris here, we tab over to the marketplace. You see he took a dip and then he kind of shot back up on the 19th, and today with the 20th. We'll go down here, and I'm just randomly looking through these, but you kind of see the same thing. It's all like a dip, and then it goes back up, and this is all because the Astros player program came out yesterday, and these cards that were kind of forgotten spiked up in price. And we're only talking about like 150, 200, 250, maybe even 300 stubs, which isn't huge, but if you invest in enough of these cards and then sell them when it's time to sell, I mean, those stub increases are going to add up and make you thousands. With the Nationals, I definitely noticed it a lot with bronze cards, and they don't have as many good cards as the Astros have, obviously. So when we look at the teams that have more silvers and bronze on their roster, you can definitely invest in the bronze. But like, take a look at Sean Doolittle here. You're going to notice around the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, look how his price shot all the way up. It's obviously coming back down now because that content is like 2 weeks old, but you're going to see it consistently with a bunch of different Washington Nationals players and all of these bronze cards. They shoot up 9, 10, 11, then they go back down here. So if you were to invest in these players, I mean, we take a look at Maikel Franco here. He was under 100 stubs prior to this. When that program came out, he shot up now to like 400, 500, almost 800 stubs in some situations. That's a pretty big profit. So it's quite simple. Go onto the marketplace right now. The next team up likely will be the Royals. And in this situation, you know, they don't have a ton of golds. I think they have, what, one diamond that's a live series player, and almost zero. Yeah, they have 0 golds. It goes from the one Selvey diamond all the way to silver. So I think the money makers for the Royals specifically are probably going to be in bronze cards here. And as you can see, a lot of them are well under 100 stubs. I would imagine that they're probably going to shoot up to the 3, 4, 500 stub range when this player program comes out. Now, this one won't come out, the Royals, that is, won't come out with a new featured program out, because a big draw to this is that you can earn XP for Face of the Franchise. When the Royals program comes out, Face of the Franchise will likely still be going on. But when we look at those other teams again, Rockies, Angels, Brewers, Padres, That's going to be in June, and there'll probably be, I shouldn't even say probably, there will definitely be a new featured program that is out. So if you want to start investing in Rockies players, I mean, they're another team. They have a couple golds in there, not even a couple. One, they're pretty top heavy with silvers there, and then just a handful of bronze cards. You know, it's right in front of us. So all you have to do is invest and have a little bit of patience. I know I'm going to. We gave you the list of teams. We don't know the exact dates that the programs will go live, but we know when those uniforms IRL will be featured, and so far we're 2 for 2 seeing that the program comes out right around the same date that the IRL uniforms are being featured. So lots of stubs to be made, just got to have a little bit of patience, but the information's there for you. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.